This is Full Squad. You. Harm. Me. Yeah. Gearbox, go ahead and kick it on over. Let's go and get this party started. Hey there, and welcome back to the House of G, home of the original geek and the original gamer. Doggy. Yeah, today is Monday. Hope we had a great weekend there, a fantastic weekend there. I know I had some fun streaming over on my main channel, Rebel Squadron. Trying to do something different over there. You would not believe how difficult it is to do something like that. And fortunately, I just have an absolute blast. It's a ton of fun, no doubt about that. So, well, as everybody knows, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel in a very serious way, try to really get things going, it takes time, plain and simple. You just got to stick with it. And fortunately, it is, like I said, a ton of fun, absolute blast. Now it's Monday, so we can start things all over again. So, yeah, I hope you're having a good Monday there. Let's see if we can make it a great Monday, rolling into the week, and, yeah, kick things off right here. So, that first step, you got to make sure you're getting off on the right footing, and it is just a never-ending fight, never-ending struggle. But, when you're able to do that, when you're able to manage to make that first step the right way, it's worth it every single time. Yeah, doggy. So, got a lot of stuff going on, dealing with some stuff that's just, it's more of a just unnecessary distraction than anything else. Stuff like that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Maybe not the details, but in general, yeah. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about there. So, we're gonna go ahead and, we're gonna forget all that. We're gonna make the most of it, have some fun here, and do a little deep dive pop culture archaeology, take a closer look at, the pop culture of yesterday. We have pretty thoroughly pinpointed a time frame around 1996. For now, at least I'm calling it the Great Divergence, where the woke aspect of pop culture, at least in regards to comic books, really started to take over. And yeah, I think we've established that pretty thoroughly here on the House of G. It's a pretty amazing phenomenon to actually look back into time, back into the comic book history, pop culture history, and be able to identify that moment when things really, really started to take a turn for the weird, for the worse, for the woke. That's why one thing I love history, U.S. history, world history, whatever it is. I love being able to take a look at what humanity's done before, what we got right, what we got wrong, being able to learn from not only their mistakes, but from their successes. It's all part of the human condition. It's all part of being human on this earth. And it's no different with pop culture. It really isn't. Like I like to say here in the House of G, pop culture matters. Not just because it's entertaining, not just because it's fun, but because it has a broad impact on society. It's it reaches a lot of people, let's put it that way. When something has that kind of reach, that kind of power, make no mistake, it matters, for better or for worse. So we're fighting a battle right now here folks. The popular term is the woke agenda. It's a little more complex than that, but as human beings, we like to simplify things. It's a double-edged sword, both for better and for the worse. Just depends on the context and whatnot. But here we are, and I'm learning a lot myself. Make no mistake. I'm not coming in. I didn't start this channel having any idea what I was doing. Honestly, I wasn't that big into YouTube until about a year and a half ago when all this nonsense started blowing up in the world at large. And then I got bit by the bug, especially starting a channel and everything. That's all it took. That's all she wrote. That's where that was. The rest is history, as they say. Let's put it that way. It's been an incredible journey, incredible experience. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Learned a lot, and hopefully you guys coming along for the ride have enjoyed it as well. Maybe even learned a thing or two along the way. And only God knows what the future holds. I'm just doing the best I can to make something happen here. So. Who doggy? Jiminy Cricket. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. So if you've been with the channel for a while, I've been going through my collection. I had a big stack, just straight up needed bagged and boarded. I still got a bit of a stack. They got bags and boards, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. Still trying to sort this out exactly on the format. What I need to do is catalog my collection and everything, and the plan was to go through my collection, take a look at the individual issues as I catalog them. So even though I don't really have anything left to bag and board, I do have a stack that's still not boxed. So here's my thinking. I'm going to keep going through that stack just like I've been doing. Once I get through that little stack there, then I'm really going to start cataloging and stuff and sorting stuff out, see exactly what I've got in my collection. Some of the stuff I've been surprised by. It's like, and it's not going to be all about my collection. There's a lot. I do want to get into other aspects of pop culture and whatnot. This is just where I'm at right now. It's part of the journey, things. It's not going to be stuff. Life changes. There are certain things in life that are constant. There's a lot of stuff in life that it changes. It evolves. It grows. Comes something new, something different. That's just life. So this is where we're at right now with the House of G, and we'll just keep on moving forward here, keep on trucking. No matter how crazy the world gets, you got to keep on living. You got to keep finding that positive stuff in life that keeps you going. Whatever it may be. For me, it's a big part. I'm just going to put it out there. Big part, God and Christ and the Bible. Then I got the littler things like, my comic books, video games, my channels, exercising. I would like to get outside more, but things have been the world has just lost its damn mind. And so this is where we're at right now. But who doggy, having a good time at least. You gotta, no matter what's going on in the world, you gotta hold on to that spark of hope. Let's put it that way. And okay, so let's go ahead and get into it here. Man, you know what? Hold on. Wait, something happened. Something happened. Son of a biscuit. Actually wanted to talk about it. Pop culture wise, something went down. What was it? Buggers. Dang it. Should have written it down. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, still figuring out format's constantly changing. I'm constantly coming up, just working on stuff and yeah. What was it? Mother Murgatroyd. So it was. People were talking about Twitter and stuff, whatever. I can't remember what it was. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to touch on it. What was it? I don't know. There's just so much going on. So much going on. Jimmy Cricket. I could literally sit here all day just talking about, just briefly talking about like all kinds of stuff going on and never touch on all of it. I don't know. I'll figure. I'll start writing stuff down. That's probably the best idea. So, I don't know. There's stuff going on, Buggers, what was it? I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me here in the next hour or so. But for the time being, let's go and get started. Yeah, I actually have Xmen 2099 issue number 1. Check that out. It is, yeah, it's well, not a terribly impressive cover now that I think about it. Interesting. Yeah, I just realized that it's really not a very impressive cover. It's very static. Not a lot of action in there. They're just literally just kind of like looking at you from the cover. I just realized that, yeah, there's just not much going on there. Kind of reminds me of some of the modern covers. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Not sure what to think about that. Yeah, issue number 1, October, looks like maybe 93. Yeah, issue number 1, $1.75. So it's getting pretty close to that $1.95 mark. And then if you look, it is an issue number 1. Sometimes the first issue will be more. It's on the shiny side. It's got that blue foil type deal. Almost not quite foil. Maybe it is foil. No, it is foil. Overall, it's in pretty good condition. There's something going on there. That's unfortunate. So yeah, it's not near mint, but it is in pretty good condition though. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to have that in that kind of condition at this point. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Let's see how this Xmen 2099 thing actually began. So if you've been on the channel, I've actually gone through quite a few Xmen 2099 issues. I was apparently a pretty big fan of it when it came out. So let's see here. Yes, October 1993. So this is a couple years before the Great Divergence. But make no mistake, there were hints of it, the wokeness and all that. There were hints of it before 1995. It just wasn't completely prevalent. 1995, 96, something happened, and it took over. It just straight up took over, and it's gotten worse and worse over the decades. We're not talking about years. We're talking about decades at this point. So, yeah. Wait a minute. What? So this takes place in the Nevada desert. Interesting. Yeah, Nevada desert. You got a character. I think, yeah, he looks like. I think he's the dude that. Yeah, he's not the leader, but he's one of the dudes. He's that wild child type dude. He gets involved with the crazy chick later on. I think that's him. I think this is him. Comes across this door with a big old X on it. Door opens. It's like, oh, hello. Didn't expect anybody to be home, maybe, apparently. But wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. What? Don't tell me. What the what? Oh, man. That's some bait and switch type stuff right there. What? What? Okay, so we've gotten ahead of the story here because, yeah, I've just been pulling them out of the stack as they were. So we already know this guy. Not a good guy. He's definitely not a good guy. So he's the bouncer of this club. It's a fight club. And for whatever reason, they use the letter X or whatever as their, basically their password calling card type deal. So he lets him in. I guess this is when they first meet. And yeah, it's a freaking fight club. Not cool, man. Not cool. You see that? You see that door? It's got the X on it. You think, oh, wait, X-Men. This must be. Oh, yeah. It gets all pumped up, all excited, and it's just some dumb Fight Club. What? Oh, come on, man. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? And yeah, now we've already been through the preceding issues and all that. So we got a little bit ahead of the story, but picking this up for the first time, you got no idea who these characters are, no idea what's going on. You have no idea that this guy is actually a really, really bad hombre. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's supposed to be deserted. His understanding of this location is supposed to be deserted. So apparently it's been co-opted, a bunch of squatters, it sounds like. And wait a minute, what? So he literally bumps into this chick, and everybody hears a mutant, and apparently she knows everybody out there. So she's that person that just knows everybody at the club, whatever. So she knows he's new, and yeah, she's like hitting on him pretty quick there. Her name's Serpentina. She's like stretchy and stuff. My advice there, buddy, is run as fast as you can. Let's put it that way. And then what the what? Who to what a what? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait. See the syntho percussionist? What? So this is, it starts off as a fight / dance club. Rave. Of course. Yeah. So, interesting. I guess they're trying to be edgy. I don't know. It's... I guess wait a minute. So yeah, this is the DJ. So he does music through. He's a mutant. Probably has something to do with sound waves or something. And he creates the music by moving just through the air or something. Maybe he's maybe those are like instrument panels, and his movements are interacting with the panels. I guess it's kind of. I don't read the stuff word for word. At least not yet. Just glancing through it, breezing through it, trying to get an idea for the story and whatnot. Compare and contrast. So was not expecting a fight club / rave here, and I don't think the character was either. So she mentions Xen. He becomes the leader of these futuristic X-Men. And okay, so we have somebody named Shakti. Wait a minute, what? So this dude, what was his name? I forget his name. Chunk Pao. Yeah, it's just Chunk Pao. So apparently him and Xeon have history. They actually go back ways, according to this panel, this scene. So this chick is apparently running the club or something. Chunk Pao is like supposed to... Chunk Pao and Xeon used to be buddies, but Xeon's changed, according to Chunk Pao. Like he's developed, according to Chunk Pao, he's developed like a messianistic complex or something like that. Messianic delusions is what he uses. Something about Saigon. And Jiminy Cricket. So that's interesting information that we didn't have before, because we got ahead of the story here, and now we're catching up by going back to the beginning. So there is in fact a connection with Junk Bong Zan. It does hint at the fact that he has changed as a person, and this she's like running the club or something. I don't know. Junk Paul's playing. Zian took off. He doesn't know where he is. She's like, Zian can take care of himself and whatnot. So well, let's see here. Interesting. Hold on. Interesting. Okay, so Xeon goes to the city, whatever, and he confronts this dude called the Desert Ghost or something like that, and he warns this guy. It's like your men continue to kidnap people for your amusement, basically engaging in human trafficking. Interesting. Back in the day, keep something in mind. Back in the day, this is 1993. This was just it was comic book fiction. That's all it was comic book fiction. It's supposed to take place in 2099. At this point, it was over 100 years in the future. 100 years in the future. And he's literally talking about human trafficking. He literally says, your traffic in human lives is over. Wow. Whoa. Wow. It is amazing the things we see with hindsight. You get that 2020 lens that just comes naturally with time. Back in the day, it was like, oh wow, that's pretty horrific. Yeah, it's part of the story. It's just part of the story. Nowadays we know for a fact that there is a massive worldwide epidemic of human trafficking. It's not the year 2099, it's the year 2021. And it's hitting way too close to home. We got problems here, folks, in the world. It's like I like to say, pop culture matters. We've stumbled across some very surprising things here on the House of G during our pop culture archaeology. And this one just hits way too close to home. I've known some people that have been involved in helping victims of human trafficking. And make no mistake, folks, number one, it's real. Number two is devastating beyond imagination. Wow. Wow. 1993 was just a comic book store. Now, it makes me wonder, because this stuff's been going on a long time, longer than people realize. It makes me wonder just how widespread it really was 30 years ago when this was written. It makes you wonder what inspired the writer to create this particular world the way that he did. It's just something to think about. Thought-provoking to say the least. Okay, so let's keep going here. Yeah, Xenon's just confronting this guy. There's like a stone wall or something. And Xeon reveals a taste of his abilities. He's like, this is a warning. Next time, consider it a declaration of war. So he's warning this guy, you need to stop with human trafficking or, there will be war. So now according to Jungpile, this is not the Xeon that he's familiar with. Something happened to Xeon to cause him to travel down this path. Interesting, indeed. This actually puts the entire title, the entire series, in a different light for me. Especially the way it starts off. This is surprising. I honestly I was not expecting this. Wow. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep rolling here. Interesting to say the least. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. What the what? Hold on, wait. Okay, so some sort of a casino type deal. What? Okay, so this guy, we know he pops up later in the series and everything. Nighthawk, Bloodhawk. I think his name is Bloodhawk. Is that what they call him? Yeah, Bloodhawk. So they found him guilty of like crimes against Nevada, the Nevada Crime Syndicate. Wait a minute. Crimes against the Greater Nevada Syndicate. I I have the sneaking suspicion that the Greater Nevada Syndicate is in fact an organized crime syndicate. That would be my guess at this point. And if that's the case, once again, it's hitting pretty close to home. There's a lot of corruption out there. We got bona fide criminals running the government at this point. There's really no doubt about it. And we're not here to get into politics. That's not what we're here for. But there's a lot of parallels going on already. Yeah, I understand it's a comic book story, but make no mistake, comic books, pop culture, they're heavily influenced by reality itself. Why? Because this stuff is all about the human condition in one way, shape, or form. It's just a fact of comic books and pop culture. So, yeah, I know it's not as much fun as just, reading it and mindlessly just, breezing through it. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to just be mindless drones. This is pop culture archaeology. We're here to dig deep. Wow. So then this chick pops up. I'm not sure who she is yet. She pops up on the scene. They're dragging him off to execute him. She jumps in. She gives him like a goodbye kiss or something like that. All right, let's find out. Let's find out what she's doing. Diz, what do you think you're doing? I don't know either, but I'm sure we're about to get a hint. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I think she's like the sister or something of the dude that's in charge of all this. Yeah, she's the sister of the dude that's in charge of all this. So she kissed him just out of spite, whatever. She wanted him to go to his grave with her lips, the memory of her lips on his. Just ew on her part. Like, why would you want to? Why? Let's say for the sake of argument, this was actual valid trial and execution, and this guy did something like, let's say hypothetically, he actually did something that was truly heinous and deserving of the death penalty. How is kissing him proving anything? What? Why would you want to kiss a monster like that? If he is in fact a monster, why? Makes no sense. Which just tells me that these people are twisted. That the syndicate is in fact some sort of criminals. These people are twisted. This chick is twisted. Her brother is actually like, hey, why would you do that? And then she literally says anything for a thrill. I hate to break it to you. This mirrors real life, like especially right now, especially in this time period, almost 30 years after the fact. It mirrors it so closely. It's a little scary. Take away the mutant powers. Take away the the fact that the United States is now some sort of like wasteland or something. The the climate of the societal climate is just wow. We're this is in some ways this is pretty much where we're at. That's just kind of crazy actually. So then we get a nice little ad here. Boom, enter the world of 2099, which is we've been traveling there for a little while. And it's actually, hold on. So it's actually giving us a little teaser regarding Spider-Man 2099, which is a pretty cool. Out of the 2099 stuff, Spider-Man 29 is probably my favorite character of the bunch. And yeah, so I know I've got some of those issues. Spider-Man 29, I've got them somewhere. So I'm looking forward to finding those and going through those. That should be pretty cool. And then just, Ravage. I forgot about him. So there's Ravage 2099, which is kind of like a pseudo Wolverine, just without the massive claws. He's got like his fingernails or like his claws or something like that. So it's almost more like a saber tooth or something maybe. And I do believe he's got horns. So I'm not sure about the horns. Yeah, he's got horns. So he's... Oh, wait a minute. I completely forgot about this one. Doom 2099. Yeah, they brought Doom into the 2099 universe. I forgot completely. Holy crap. So, and then, Xmen 2099. It's just one big ad for the entire 2099 universe. Wait a minute, what? It's Punisher 2099. Wait a minute, hold on here. What the? I think. Yeah, this is just part of the ad thing. They made it look like a comic book type. Oh, there's a Hulk 29. Wow. Yeah, holy crap. Yeah, Punisher 2099. So like the entire 2099 concept was interesting. It was a cool idea, but in hindsight, looking at the way they executed it, I don't know. It just it smacks of just they ripped off their own properties. They ripped off their own IPs, and I don't know. Like, take a look. This is Hulk 2099. I don't remember too much about Hulk either. Hulk and the Punisher. I don't think I read too much of them. As far as the 2099 goes, and that was a weird looking Hulk. Like, he looks more like a genetic bioengineered type freak show rather than like gamma radiation or something like that. I don't know if there is a connection to the modern Hulk or whatever. Not a clue. If I'm being honest, not a clue. Wait a minute. Okay, so in this little scene right here, it's a little teaser scene. So apparently, the men that the Hulk is after kidnap somebody. I think. Because it talks about, while the insects who took the kid vanished into the guts of the mall. And this is just, like I said, it's just a teaser. So it stops there. So apparently he's he can speak. And he can actually form complete sentences. Let him go while you still can. So go ahead, ask. So he's definitely not the modern Hulk. The typical iteration of him, at least. Okay. Well, now it gets back into the regular story. I don't know. Maybe this is mutoid chromosomes, mutoids, blah, blah, blah. We got the fast guy coming in. So we got the Speedster guy. He pops up on the screen for jailbreak, or pops up on the scene for jailbreak. Boom, boom, boom. Bob's your uncle. Boom. Okay, so yeah, they're there to actually get Bloodhawk, to break out Bloodhawk. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, so they pop him free from his restraints and everything out of the cell. Not too crazy grateful. You'd think he would have more gratitude. That's why it's called Bloodhawk. It's like gargoyle, demonic type form. Used to be a time when something like that would be the villain. And there you have him on the cover, swooping down from above, which is just, make no mistake, folks, imagery matters, symbology matters, stuff like that, placement matters. They got the gargoyle, demon-looking dude swooping down from above. That's, in hindsight, back in the day, I didn't think twice about it. It was just, he was a mutant. That's all it was. That's all I. Most people, they read this stuff and they take it at face value. I used to be one of them. Took this stuff at face value. Just a mutant freak swooping down from above. Why? Because he had the ability to fly. That's all. I didn't think twice about it. Now in hindsight, with everything going on today, you gotta dig deeper. You gotta ask questions. Questions you're probably never gonna get direct answers to, but that's why it's called discernment. You gotta have discernment in this world, because if you don't have discernment, you will be taken for a ride quicker than you can say whiskey tango foxtrot. And yeah, so these guys, they're there. Xen sent them to break him out. Xen wants to recruit him, and the guy's like, not a lot of gratitude. He's like, I owe you nothing. And boom, the speedster guy's like, we probably shouldn't have taken off his restraints. It may have been a prudent idea. Too bad, hindsight, you get that perfect 20/20 lens to look through. It's just a fact of being human. Bloodhawk, so Bloodhawk gets away. Wait a minute, what? Oh, okay, connection. We made a connection here. So the dude from before, the Ghost Desert, whatever, he's in fact the father of these two children. And by the looks of it, it looks like Xen did that to him, because that looks like what his abilities do. Except that he didn't. He did it to the rock wall. He dismantled the rock wall and then walked away. So something happened to this guy. The son is quite a bit more surprised by it and whatnot than the daughter is, which is telling. By and large, it's just a really messed up family. Wow. And then, so Xen makes it back to the club. He's talking to Chick and whatnot. They're having, the typical conversation. She's like, where'd you go? He's like, later. I have to trust the gathering. So okay. Starting to look like Xen set the whole thing up. Like, he invited these, the one guy, he showed up thinking that the place was going to be abandoned. But apparently, Xen sent out the invitations, it looks like. Maybe. And looks like Xen's the one behind all of this. As far as the club goes, not sure about the fight part, but so Xen, he goes out on stage, boom, boom, boom. He's he's about to give a speech and whatnot. Let's see, kind of at least get an idea of what he's talking about. Spirit is greater than the whole of the megacorps combined. Hold on, wait. Brothers and sisters, I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to cut out the stuff that doesn't really matter. But brothers and sisters, we are all outcasts here, unwanted by corporate structures that see us only as problematic wetware. It's like he's talking directly to me. What did I tell you? That's the crowd speaking. but we refuse to be categorized and quantified by any database. Tell me something there, folks. Does that sound familiar? I 30 years ago read this. It's like, wow, that sounds like a pretty sucky future dystopian, society and whatnot. That just sounds like it sucks living there. But tell me something there, folks. Is that ringing a bell? Ring a ding ding. Ding a ling. Problematic wetware. Categorized and quantified by database. Does that not sound familiar? I'm not here to get political. That's not what I'm here for. We're doing pop culture, archaeology, deep diving into this stuff. And this is surprising. Holy crap. I seriously cannot believe this. Like, I read this back in the day, and it was I enjoyed this series. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't like, it was just fun. It was fun, like sugar comic book fluff. Like the cotton candy of the comic book world is, future Xmen. That's, well, they obviously ripped off a whole bunch of their own IPs for this 29 universe. I never expected it to be, award winning or anything like that. This is the first issue. We've already gone through quite a few of the issues and whatnot. We're getting into the first issue of this title. I'm a wee bit flabbergasted right now. Unwanted by corporates are seen as only problematic wetware, categorized and quantified by a database. I mean, that's Facebook, Twitter, even YouTube, any sort of digital marketing, advertising, stuff like that. You go to a website, and they got the cookies, the tracking cookies, gathering your data, whether it's personal, gathering your data, and that's what they do. They put them into databases to sell them to businesses, to target you for products, whatnot, stuff like that. And who knows? Only God knows what else they're doing with that data. And it's getting to the point where all you have to do is look at comic books. That's all you have to do is look at comic books to know that what I'm saying is true. You become the product. You are the problematic wetware. Look at all these comic book companies, DC and Marvel and whatnot. The people that are in charge of these companies, they're not creating anything. They're destroying what somebody else created. These characters, the universes, they're taking them and they're just dismantling them. But then when you, the fan, the real true fan, have a problem with it, no, you're the toxic one. You're the problem. You are the problematic wetware. Wow. I'm a little blown away right now. Where did this come from? Who wrote this? Because they're about no, they weren't 100 years off on the timeline. That is a quarter of that. It wasn't going to take 100 years to get to that point. It took a quarter of that. 28 years, something like that. And we're there, pretty much. And it's supposed to be a comic book, folks. It wasn't supposed to be a glimpse at the not too distant future. And that's exactly what it is. Minus the mutant abilities. But make no mistake, there are some very unscrupulous scientists out there. It's called transhumanism. Don't get me started on that. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing. But they're actively trying to combine human and alter human DNA, human genetics. This is not a conspiracy. This is what these people are openly engaging in, these hypotheses and whatnot, in experiments. And their stated goal is transhumanism, to take humanity's DNA and change it into something else. In the comic book world, it makes for great comic book stories. In reality, no. In reality, no. Trust me, it's a very, very dangerous path to be taking. Very destructive slope to be sliding down. I love my comic books, the good stuff. Xmen, it used to be a great title and everything, but it was never supposed to be real. You know, we get closer. I'm not saying there's going to be human beings with like crazy, fantastic abilities. I'm not saying it's going to happen, because it's not how this works. But they're working on stuff. If they get their way, oh, God knows what they're going to cook up in a freaking test tube. Because they've successfully combined genetic attributes from two different species of animals and whatnot. They've done that successfully. Give you an example: bioluminescence. There's certain like bacteria, stuff like that. They have the ability to create natural bioluminescence. They've taken those genes and inserted them into stuff like rats and plants, stuff like that. I personally did an experiment in microbiology class. That's exactly what we did. We extracted genetic material, injected it into these bacteria, combined it in these bacteria, whatever. They don't have natural bioluminescence, but once we did our thing, put it under the black light, I got a picture around somewhere. I still have a picture of it. It was cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. It was really cool stuff. So, but the implications, they're just outright dangerous. Especially if human application becomes a thing. Like open, widespread, legalized thing. I don't know if there's any coming back from that. Let me show you. Yeah, so this is always a surprise. Every time I do the stream, going through my collection, it's just meant to be pop culture, archaeology, having fun, and then it's just the connections to real life, to especially what's going on nowadays. It blows my mind every single time. And this one's just like, holy crap. So these are just thought exercises and whatnot. I'm not saying the guy that wrote this story was a mad scientist. I'm not saying that at all. But he got the inspiration from somewhere. I'm a creator. I'm a writer. Hopefully it's not too much noise. That's usually not happening right around this time of day, but for some reason they're off schedule or something. I don't know. Hopefully it's not making too much noise. Hopefully you can't even hear it and you have no idea what I'm talking about. Dude doing yard work. So they usually do it before 1 o'clock or after like 3 o'clock or something like that. I don't know. They're, like I said, they're off schedule today, so yeah, whatever. But getting back on track. It's this issue is surprising. It is very surprising. So wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, so the one dude he notices an assassin in the crowd on a balcony or something like that. So he takes action, but he's too late. He hits the guy, but the guy gets the shot off. He shoots Zion. Zion's hit. He's down, and yeah, so it looks like it's government / megacorp forces coming after him. And okay, so this guy, the DJ, he's He's basically like Colossus 29. Apparently, not only can he transform his skin into like goldish metal, but apparently it's just like any kind of metal, or either that or it was just reflecting the light, maybe. But yeah, now he's looking like a bona fide Colossus at this point. It's like good job there, Marvel. Not taking too many risks there. I'll tell you what they did. Like, number one, this series was not as risky as it sounds. Xmen 2999. It's the future of Marvel. It's not as groundbreaking as it sounds like. They literally just ripped off their own IP. They ripped off their own characters, put them in like flashy new skins, gave them slightly different backgrounds and whatnot. The original Colossus was Russian. This guy looks like he's Indian. But he's still a Colossus ripoff. Looking back with the 2020 lens, I'm starting to realize how cheesy this really was. They were too afraid to get really truly creative with it to take a different direction. Plus on top of that, so there wasn't as much originality as you might think there would have been. And then number two, they were blatantly trying to cash in on the original X-Men by repackaging them for this futuristic environment. I'm starting to realize that now. Oh, Jimmy Christ. So this is 1993, late 1993. This is before the Great Divergence in 95, 96. But it's also a good example of the fact that this stuff was in fact going on before then. Just not as, it just wasn't as far along. 95, 96, it took a hard turn and accelerated. And Jimmy freaking Cricket, man. So that's the problem with these alternate universes, the futurists. It makes it way too easy for them to get lazy about it. Instead of being creative with it, they literally they rip off their own IPs. It's gimmicky at best. I mean, I still enjoyed it for what it was, but I don't know. There's good things about it. There's bad things about it. What are you gonna do? I mean, at the very least, it's still readable. There you have it. Oh yeah, let me show you the. Let's see here. Yeah, so Zion he actually gets shot, but he survives. What? So there's like enemy forces. They actually break into the facility. Their guns are blazing, but they manage to escape as they're escaping and everything. Xion's like, hey, I wanted to invite you to my X-Men. To my X-Men, not the X-Men, my X-Men. And dude's like, X-Men? Yeah, which is my reaction. Like, wait, what? Here we go. And there you have it. That is issue number 1 of X-Men 2099, October of 1993. Interesting way to start the series. There's some surprising parallels. Like, Jimmy Christ, I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. I mean, there's so much stuff going on with this pop culture archaeology, is deep diving these comic books. There's so much stuff. Number one, there's so much stuff I've just straight up forgotten about. Number two, going back through it, the 2020 lens and everything, seeing things with fresh eyes, like stuff's just jumping out off the pages at this point. This one was just like a little on the blood chilling side as far as all that goes. Talking about like human trafficking, directly talking about human trafficking. These mega corporate cities that gather your data and they consider you to be problematic wetware, which is exactly where we're at right now. And it's not just the megacorps. Well, we do in fact have mega corporations. We got these companies that are massive, massively huge. I'm all for capitalism. I'm 100% pro-capitalist. But these megacorps are not. They're not capitalism. They're not capitalism. They're cancer. They've gotten so big, so massive, so huge. They control so much of our economy, of specific types of businesses, different layers of businesses, horizontal and vertical, they're not. That's not capitalist in nature. Capitalism is not cancer. These mega corporations are a cancer, literal cancer. You can make a direct comparison between biological cancer and these freaking the corporations. I'm not anti-corp, but I am against whatever these things are. We call them mega corporations because they're structured as corporations, but they're a completely different beast. And it's all right here. I mean, it's right here, 1993. It's all in here, which is shocking to say the least. Because make no mistake, folks, you are the problematic software of, blame last. You are the problematic wetware of 2021. Make no mistake. Your data, your information, everything that one human being can know about you without being you is being collected and stored in these massive databases. It's right here. I'm gobsmacked. That is not what I was expecting. This I can't make this stuff up. What? I'm getting like George Orwell 1984 flashbacks here. What is going on? They're supposed to be comic books, not prophecies. The hell, man? Who did write this? Because I'm legitimately curious as to where he got the inspiration. Where they got the inspiration for this? Where is the okay, Adam Kuber was the inker. Ron Lynn was the penciler. John Francis Moore was the writer. That name sounds vaguely familiar. Tom DeFalco was the chief editor. Joey Cavallari was the editor. Man, one of these days I'm going to have to do some digging on this stuff because I'm sorry, it's too spot on. 30 years ago, it was science fiction, comic book fiction. 30 years ago. Nowadays, it was just straight up prophetic. Like, what the fuck? There you have it. Xmen 2099 number 1. And we're gonna go ahead and dive into Xmen 2099 number 2. This one we get a bit more of an action cover and everything. A lot of stuff going on. The future X-Men are in action. There it is, number 2, November 1993. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. I was expecting this to just be like a fun one, nothing serious, just chilling. Because the issues that we went through before, like issues 5 through 12 or whatever, nothing really too crazy. I mean, there were some surprises and whatnot, but not that. That was something else. Issue number 1 is something else. I mean, just completely I don't even know how. What? Okay, so unfortunately, this one's not in the best condition. Yeah, there's a big old mess out in the upper left corner. Makes me sad. But yeah, and that corner is just a hot mess. The rest of it's fine. I have no idea what happened there. Like, seriously, the rest of it, if it wasn't for that corner, I mean, this could almost be near mint. Almost near mint. Except for that corner. I don't know what happened. For those that don't know, I'm very fortunate, lucky, and blessed to even have my collection at this point. My life's been fairly nomadic. I've been halfway around the world, serving 2 branches of the military. I've been homeless. A lot of my stuff, a lot of my personal stuff was straight up destroyed at one point. And I'm very blessed, very fortunate to have my collection. Like, it's just, I honestly don't know how my collection survived, let alone in as good as condition as it's in. So I'm very grateful, very happy about that. Especially since we've been learning some pretty surprising things here. So let's go and do it. Let's go. Yeah, let's dive into issue number 2, Xmen 2099. First issue, that came out of left field. That was just shocking as all get out. Oh man, yeah, there's some sort of, I don't know, water damage or something. Man, that's just it's unfortunate, but it's readable. That's the important thing. Here we go. So this the pre-issue number 1. There was it showed the entire Xmen 20 or the entire 2099 universe, little snippets of each of them, and this is where I was coming from. They drew it from, they pulled it from issue number 2. That's the exact panel that was in the issue 1 little preview blurb thing. So that's where that came from. Interesting to say the least. Yeah, so they're trying to escape these, I'm assuming they're corporate goons or something. Yeah, make no mistake, I'm 100% pro-capitalist. These megacorps, these cancers, they're bad. And there used to be, that's the thing, that's a crazy thing. There used to be laws. On the books to prevent this types of megacorp cancers from becoming a reality. I have no idea if they repealed the laws or if they're simply ignoring the laws at this point. Not a clue. Either one is viable, feasible. And because they have, in fact, repealed certain laws that never should have been repealed. And they did it very quietly, under the radar. No fanfare. It's shocking what they've accomplished without anybody knowing about. I got the perfect example in mind. I wish I had the source material to be able to share it. That was such a long time ago. I don't even remember. I don't remember enough to be able to look it up. But it is a real thing. This is crazy. This is just straight up crazy. So yeah, okay. Let's see what happens here. So they're trying to escape. They got their vehicle. Dude's out front running point, making sure the coast is clear, whatever, as they're escaping. And whoa, that looks like a really big tank. So they escape the complex at least, and they're out in the Nevada desert. And as they pop out, they're like, "Whoops!" Get a chopper, and then I don't know if you can see the scale. That is one massive tank. Like, Jiminy Cricket, dude, that is huge. So that's it's not looking too good for the future Xmen here. But then, oh wait, what is this? Out of nowhere, it's Bloodhawk. Comes down, boom, takes out the chopper, and to the rescue. Like I said, back in the day, didn't think twice about it. Now with 2020, the 2020 lens, I'm not talking about the year 2020. I'm talking about 20, /20. Because hindsight is perfect vision. The imagery, it's a little bit disturbing. Like, I remember back in the day, you get the X-Men character, Angel, literally, he's got the angel wings, and he can fly and all that stuff. They created him as a very handsome male with angel wings, Angel. And then look what they did with him. They turned him into Archangel, but not the Archangel that you would expect being an Archangel. I don't know, a twisted version of an Archangel. Apocalypse ripped off his angel wings, replaced them with cold steel wings, turned his skin blue and everything. That's not a real Archangel. But they point being, he was originally created an angel. He looked like an angel, like a human version of an angel. or a mutant version of an angel, whatever. And then got more into modern times, at least back in the day, it was, modern times. And they literally tore him apart. Literally tore off his wings, replaced them with, these metal. And then they proceeded to call him Archangel, which was just, back in the day, I enjoyed the character back in the day. But yeah, once again, the 2020 lens, hindsight, there are problems, especially when we're looking at stuff like this. So the demon looking thing is coming to the rescue, but then you got Angel torn apart, puts it back together as Archangel, becomes a bad guy, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I don't know, man. At the very least, it raises questions, if nothing else. So, okay, let's keep going here. What the what? I don't know. So Bloodwing, yeah, he comes out of nowhere, boom, saves the day, takes out the chopper. I think he takes out the tank somehow. I'm not sure. Explosives, I guess. Looks like he drops, I don't know, a grenade or something. Kind of hard to tell what that is. Very futuristic looking. And boom, up goes the mega tank. And yeah, whatever he dropped, very, very powerful. And because keep in mind, it's only this big. He's wearing it on his chest before he drops it on the tank. It's a bunch of them. It's basically a bandolier full of grenades. He drops one of them and it takes out that freaking tank. What the what? Man, they must have some powerful explosives in 2099. Jiminy cricket, man. So here's the deal. So the reason Bloodhawk comes back, he admits that it was inconsiderate of him to take off like he did without thanking them for freeing him. So he does in fact have a conscience that looks like. But now he's like, now you are in my debt, which I'm not sure that's how that works, but I thought because when you're repaying a debt, it doesn't put them back in your debt. It balances the scales. I'm not sure he understands exactly how that works. Mother of Murgatroyd. And then, we got Junk Pile here. I'm not sure what's going on. Wait a minute. I think that's the club. Yeah, the compound. So, yeah, back at the compound. You got Junk Pile. He's standing in the spotlight naturally. He loves the spotlight. I don't know. They're I guess, scouring the place, looking for information, clues, whatever. And, yeah, it was a coordinated hit on Zion. Wait a minute. Wait. Junk Pile is supposed to... Okay, so this is where... This is where Junk Pile reveals himself to be a backstabbing traitor to Xian and whatnot. Because, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Yeah, so, yeah. Oh, Jimmy Cricket. Yeah, so it's unraveling fast. Yeah, Chunk Paul reveals himself. He's not happy with the changes in Zion, so much so that apparently he set him up trying to take him out, which is a little surprising. Apparently, he really, really, really does not like Zion's message. And then, is this a funeral? Memorial Gala. I've never heard of a memorial gala before. I thought they were just memorials, somber occasions, whatnot. They label it as a gala for the dude, the desert ghost, or whatever. Supposedly Zion killed him, which based on what we were shown, it didn't look like it. And then she's like, really unhappy and something. Look at what she's wearing to her father's funeral. Like, highly inappropriate, to say the least. It's your father's funeral. This is not a freaking adult club. It's a funeral or a memorial. Clearly, these are not very good people, to say the least. Inappropriate at best at times, and there's like, I think it's a hologram. I think it's a hologram. Maybe not. I don't know. There's like, I don't know if you can see it. There's like that big orange yellow cube, and dude is on his horse inside the cube. I thought it was a hologram, but I'm not sure. There's the close up. She hits it with something, and she pulls out a gun and shoots it, cracks it. I thought it was a hologram. Now I'm not sure. So that might actually be him inside the cube. His body and whatnot. Now he was his body was just like, pretty much just melted. So that's why I was thinking hologram. Maybe it was a combination of futuristic casket looking thing combined with holograph technology. I don't know. Who knows at this point? It doesn't really explain it, so it's all conjecture. Well, you know what? I forgot to do something. Yeah, still doing new things with the channel and whatnot. Let's see. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Hold on here. That was that was not supposed to happen. Jiminy Cricket, hold on. Let me try something else. I might have to finesse this a bit. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Here's what I can do. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, hopefully that will take care of business. Maybe not. Okay, there we go with that. Boom, boom. There we go. Fixed. Okay, there we go. This is where we're at. Xmen number 2. Boom, boom, boom. Xmen 29, number 2. That's where we're at. So, boom, chakalaka. All right, let's rock and roll. Yeah, we're almost through it, but hey, better late than never, right? Oh, you know what? Yeah, take care of that in a second. Let's see. So, cuts back to the Xmen, and Bloodhawk takes flight. They're talking things out, trying to figure out what's going on. There's the end. He's got some sort of, I don't know if that is a mutant ability at work right there, or if that's like future technology. No idea. Some sort of cast bandage thing to help him heal and recover, I guess. Oh, never mind. It is a mutant ability. It is Xion's mutant ability. His body's generating a protective sheath of cuticle-like growth around the wound. So it's actual natural defense of his mutant body. That's pretty crazy. Xion's got some interesting abilities, to say the least. And then who to what? Well, Singe Mortuary. Who to what? Oh, later. This is taking place later. Casino. So apparently the dude's memorial service is taking place at a casino. Shouldn't be surprised by that. These people are not traditional, let's put it that way. I don't know. It's just, there's some stuff going on. Nothing exciting, nothing like truly, as far as I can tell, groundbreaking. But you do have Xian, and this protective sheath, cuticle, whatever, is in fact taking over his entire body. So apparently it's like I guess he's going to like a self-induced coma or something. I don't know. Jimmy Cricket, he must have been hurt pretty bad, apparently. Then you get Junk Pile coming in. Wait a minute. Yeah, so you got Junk Pile. He's tracked him down somehow. He's coming in on the picture. We'll see what he's got to say. Yeah, this dude's bad news. And right off the bat, he's trying to get his own long-term buddy, friend, whatever, assassinated. Seems like a little bit of a spin on the Professor X Magneto dynamic. Why am I not surprised? Because they did not put as much effort as you might think into the 2099 universe, at least from what I've seen so far. They basically just took it as an opportunity to tell new, different, crazy stories about, established characters and whatnot in different ways. Yeah, this guy's definitely supposed to be Colossus. The Rat Pack? Who to what? I don't know. Some dudes show up in their costumes. They call themselves the Rat Pack. The Syndicate's elite enforcers. Okay, so yeah, this Nevada Syndicate thing is definitely a criminal organization, no doubt about that. But they're so powerful. They can. They're also they're so powerful. They can convict people and execute them with impunity. That's how powerful they are. Not good. Not good. If the United States still exists, Constitution, stuff like that, well, either the Constitution doesn't exist anymore or they just straight up ignore it. Wait, sounds familiar. It's so say back in the day it was just a comic book story. Nowadays it's looking back, like 2020 lens, it's somewhat prophetic. Just remove all the mutant abilities and wow. There are a startling number of parallels to modern real life reality. So yeah, they get into this fight and whatnot. Boom, boom, boom. What the what? They got some. These characters got abilities and they don't always make sense. So that's another. That is another thing. Hold on. One second. Thinking. Gears are turning. Just another cog in the machine. Okay. That's another thing. A lot of these characters, if it's not like a straight up ripoff of one of the original Xmen or something like that, yeah, I've noticed that some of these abilities are just, they're out there. Like the original Xmen, their powers were logical. The whole concept of superpower mutants was definitely outside the realm of reality, but I mean it was founded in realistic principles. Angel, wings. His bones are lighter than a normal human, which is why he's able to fly and everything with his mutant wings. Beast, he's just he's got beastly proportions and stuff like that, and then he messed with his own DNA and turning activated like recessive genes that gave him blue fur and stuff like that. Cyclops wears the visor, gives him the look of a single eye, and he's just optic blast, very destructive. Wolverine's got claws, healing factor, and he's the best at what he does. He goes into this berserker Wolverine range. The name fits. The powers make sense. They're logical. They're found. It's fantastical, but astonishing. But they're founded in realistic principles. Some of these mutants in 2099 are just, I don't understand them. Like this chick, the energy signature around her hand, it kind of reminds me of Jubilee a little bit. But then she does this thing, and she forms like these colored crystals or something. I have no idea. Like, what is this? I don't even know her name. I don't know if her name matches. Bloodhawk, who looks like, well, he doesn't look like a hawk. He looks like a demon. And let me tell you something, folks. Demons are not good guys. Demons are not good people. They're not good anything. Period. There's no such thing as a good demon. It doesn't exist. So back in the day, it was just, like I said, took it at face value, didn't think twice about it. It was just part of the story. Nowadays, that 2020 vision, it's a problem. It is actually a really big problem. Because, I mean, you gotta understand something. I mean, with some artistic license and whatnot, okay, like, what's his name? What's the name? I don't know. Nothing's jumping to mind. Not directly. I don't know. Real life, demons, there's no salvation. There's no redemption for them. They're going to hell, and that's it. End of story. Demons are not good creatures. They're not good entities. They're not good beings. There's nothing good about them. And with the state of the modern world, modern society, I can no longer suspend disbelief enough to turn a blind eye to it. That's where we're at, folks. They're not good characters. They're not. And there are deeper reasons for it that I'm not going to get into here. We're talking real world impact. It's just not good, folks. It's not. And yeah, some of these characters, their abilities just don't make sense. I don't understand the logic in them. It's just, yeah, she forms like multicolored crystals out of thin air. I don't understand that one. I don't even know her name. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, like this guy, he's not on the cover of this one. It's this guy. He's very volatile. He's got a very volatile personality and whatnot. And I'm not sure what his abilities are. They're highly destructive, I can tell you that much. He shoots out blast, stuff like that. And then this face paint is just like, I'm getting Kiss flashbacks. The band, the metal band or whatever. Kiss. That's what popped into mind. Doesn't look like a hero. Let's put it that way. And yeah, so here he is. He's doing his thing. These green energy blasts, which is why you can see through them because they're green. And they use a green screen. But it's just I still don't understand the character very much. I don't understand his power exactly. All I know is it's a destructive blast. That's all I know. And at this point, so yeah, they're fighting junk pile. Tina jumps in on it. She jumps on him. You know, she's wrapped around him. He very easily throws her off over this ledge. She manages to grab on, so she's holding on for dear life. And he comes in. And he's trying to put him down so they can, you know, put an end to the fight and save her or whatever. But he's junk pile is a powerful dude. Takes the hit, comes in, boom, chokes him out, opens up the van. There's Zion in his cocoon. It says to be concluded. So that's the end of issue number 2. Issue number 2. We're gonna be getting into issue number 3 here. Jimmy freaking cricket, man. Like I said, back in the day, taking at face value, it was a fairly fun read. It wasn't anything grounded. It was a lot of plagiarizing their own IP, which was not very creative. And the new stuff just really didn't make any sense. The new characters with the new abilities, like that were not ripping off the original IPs. I don't know. It's as if some of the people that created some of these characters flunked out of biology class or something. There you have it. Issue number 2. Boom chakalaka. Unfortunately, this took some pretty heavy damage. The rest of it's actually in really good condition except for that corner. Something happened. I don't know what happened to it. My collection was out of my not control, possession. It was out of my possession for many years. So like I said, it was in. I mean, it was always my collection, but I didn't have it with me. I was across the country and whatnot. I did not have it in my possession. So the fact, like I said, the fact that I still have my collection is a freaking miracle, and I'm grateful for that. So it's not surprising that there was, in fact, some damage to some of the issues. But they're still readable, and like I said, I'm grateful. So I'm grateful I still have it. It's not about at this point, it's not about it's never been about any financial. I try to take care of them. I did, most of my stuff's been bagged and boarded for a long time. I need to replace at least one of the boxes, and I might possibly need to replace some of the bags and boards. Because some of these, just have not fared well. So I'm probably, that's going to be a long-term project, in part because of the money. I'm going to have to buy quite a few bags and boards. It's going to be a project, definitely going to be a project, and I'm perfectly willing to get it done. Point being, I try to take care of this stuff, but it's not about the money. It's about the collection. It's about the passion. My passion as a original geek, original gamer, passion for the property and whatnot, the medium, and as much as I want to keep them in the best condition I can, I'm grateful just to have them. So hopefully the series kind of explains why. Hopefully it's self-explanatory at this point. Okay, so here we go. One of the Xmen 2099 will die. Issue number 3, December of 1993. So one of these characters is going to die. I will give you a guess who. If you've been watching the House of G, you should probably already have an idea who it's going to be. But if you haven't, then I'm not going to spoil it for you. Let's go ahead and get into it here. Let's see what kind of condition it's in. It's in better condition than the last one. Unfortunately, the same corner, something happened to it. Not as devastating as the other one. The cover's not ripped, nothing like that. It's not missing any patches of cover. But there's definitely something going on there. Don't know what at this point, but it is what it is. And I'll do my best to keep it from getting any more damaged. Other than that, it's in pretty good condition, actually. So, okay, so, hello. What the what? Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Wait, what? So we left off with Junk Pile opening the van door with Xmen sitting inside, and that was it. That was the end of it. So it picks up when Junk Pile arrives in the city okay, so Junk Pile does in fact capture Xmen and his Xmen that were there with him. And it just jumps right into it. It doesn't show, it just explains it in the dialogue with a couple of brief pictures. So Xmen and many of his forces have been... Wait a minute. I left the others to Junk Pile's tender mercies. If somehow they survived, without Xmen to lead them, they are of no consequence. So apparently they only really care about Xmen. They don't think highly of Xmen's Xmen. They don't consider them a threat. And interesting. If you kill them all now, who will serve as scapegoat for your next coup d'etat? Don't start as just. I'm kind of getting the feeling that the son and daughter had something to do with the father's death. I'm thinking they committed patricide. She is no peach. Let me tell you, she's off the rails. She's bad. So is he. They're both bad. Bad. They're just bad. Bad siblings. Bad. Bad siblings. Bad. Not good. Just not good. And, what the what? Who to what? What the what? Not sure what just happened there. Who to what? What is that? I think it's some psi-ability thing. It's just like looking at it, trying to figure it out. But it's, yeah, it looks like it might be some sort of psi-ability. So we got back in Las Vegas, there's a casino thing. Yeah, the casinos are big in this. You got Bloodwind crashing through a window or something. Guards are taking shots. Whatnot. Yeah, so that thing right there, that was throwing me off. It just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Apparently just it neutralized the guy or something, paralyzed him. I don't know. They were able to take him out. And apparently it's this chick's like psi abilities. So yeah, that's her doing that, whatever she did. They take the guards' uniforms, trying to find Zion and whatnot. So apparently Zion's little cocoon thing is protecting them pretty well. It doesn't look like they know how to get through it, which is fortuitous indeed. And then you get this, what? What is the point of this? Other than just to look ridiculous. So you got the sister walking in. Now, by and large, she's like, bow, chicka, wow. They actually try to make her look all like, just hot shit and whatever. Except, well, what's with the stupid coat, man? What is that thing? Oversized, massive shoulders. What the fuck, dude? What? What kind of message are you trying to send? It just looks ridiculous for starters. And, I mean, by and large, she looks very feminine, except for that stupid coat. You got the female form hidden underneath a very masculine coat. That's some symbology right there, folks. That's not by accident. If you think this is a coincidental, if you think this is an accident, if you think the artist didn't know what he was doing, I've got a bridge to sell you. That's not how artists work. Artists, especially the ones that really are they passionate about the work and whatnot, regardless of talent. And by and large, the artwork's pretty good. But then you just got weird stuff like that. They know it's not by an accident. The stuff doesn't draw itself. The coat didn't draw itself. The artist drew the coat. They draw inspiration from real life. There's a reason why they take classes with nude models that still learn the human body, to be able to draw the human body accurately and realistically. And if this guy's trained in that manner, this is not an accident. Even if he's not, it's still not an accident. Regardless of how good the artwork is, details like that are not an accident. It's planned. It's thought out. It's put in there with a purpose. Anybody that says otherwise just doesn't understand human beings. And so this is the man Linton claims killed my father, not quite the mean Antichrist that he raved about, more like an oversized handbag. I don't think she believes that Zion killed her father. It sounds like she's pretty skeptical. It doesn't make her a good person, but she sounds very skeptical. And So yeah, we got some of his Xmen are captured in these hibernation capsule things or something like that. They come to the rescue to break them free. Literally, she breaks the cases and they all just come flooding out. Seems kind of dangerous. Like if they are in fact in some sort of hibernative state, you might want to bring them out of it the correct way, following the procedures. Otherwise, who knows what kind of damage it might do to them. to their systems and everything. But hey, it's a comic book, future technology. Who knows? Who knows how it works? So they're breaking free. Was that Zion? Wait a minute, is that Zion? I'm not sure if this. No, that's not Zion. Oh, no, that's the Colossus. That's the American Indian Colossus. Remember, the original Colossus is Russian. This guy's like American Indian or something. Like I said, not very creative in bringing some of these characters to life. This is end of 1993. This is before the Great Divergence, but it is also evidence that this stuff was going on prior to 95. Now, being, the 2099 universe, they had a lot of flexibility. They had a lot of flexibility to do stuff like that, because these are not the original X-Men characters. So that's how they were able to get away with it, without an uproar, without people paying attention, without people noticing back in the day. They were able to get away with it because these are original characters, quote unquote. Even though they've ripped, a lot of the characters are straight up rip-offs of the original IP, the original characters. But they were able to do it in a way, in a format that did not raise any suspicions. This is what I'm talking about. Pre-1995, this stuff was around, but they had to be much sneakier about it. 95, 96, Great Divergence, and they just came out of the gates swinging. This is the perfect example of it. Perfect example. They're able to engage in their woke stuff without raising any eyebrows, without raising any red flags, because this was a quote-unquote new X-Men universe set 100 years in the future. Think of it as a dry run. Think of it as a dry run. It's entirely possible they wanted to see how this would play out with comic book fans. They wanted to see if people would respond to it. I responded to it. I have a lot of these issues. I have a lot of them. If I remember correctly, it was a 3-year run, and I've got like almost the entire first year. Yeah, after 93, yeah, things got rough. Things got rough for me after 93. It was probably because just life, stuff going on in my life that made it difficult to continue collecting the series. I'm pretty sure that was it. So if it wasn't for that, I probably would have had more of them, which I don't know. Maybe I've got some of them in my collection. I'm not sure, but actually, I don't think I do. But anyways, regardless, yeah, this if this title was in fact popular enough, which it might have been, they might have been using it as a dry run to see how successful they can be at subverting comic book culture. Interesting. It's a working theory. I have no direct evidence other than what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. It's a working theory, and so far at this moment, I've got nothing to debunk it. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll find out for sure, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, in the end, all things come to light. Just depends on depends on how and when and whatnot. So okay, let's continue. What is going on? So let's check. Okay, yeah, she has the ability to form crystals, apparently. I don't even know her name. What is her name? I'm not even sure what her name is. Crystalline. Her name is Crystalline. Okay, so that's... Okay. Her name is Crystalline. She can form crystals. Honestly, I'm not too impressed with how they pulled it off. From what I've seen so far. And yeah, so she breaks in somehow, gets in there. She sneaks up on the brother, forms a crystal dagger, puts it to his neck. But then Junk Powell comes in, neutralizes her. The brother and sister continue to bicker. Oh, she's decided to take charge. Shocking, surprising. Question is, how is she planning on doing that? I don't know yet, because it cuts away to the rest of the X-Men, and then they're facing off against the Rat Pack, or at least some of them. Yeah, so there's, they're trying to save Zion and whatnot. They saved the other X-Men that were taken captive. What is this? What? Oh, Punisher. It's a big, huge Punisher ad. Okay. Several page Punisher ad. Interesting. Along with some other stuff that, wow. They really packed the ads into this one. See, this issue was fairly bigger. It does talk about how one of the X-Men will die, so they made this huge thing about it, apparently. It's a thick one, but a lot of the extra pages are from ads. Go figure. So they made this huge thing about one of the X-Men 29 dying, and they took advantage of it from a marketing standpoint to pack it full of ads for their other titles. That is comic book marketing 101. Jiminy Cricket. So the one chick, she's like, I don't know if she's Zian's lover or what their relationship is exactly. But she's all like, she's talking to the one dude. I always forget his name. She's like, you can do more than you know. You just need a push. So he starts getting like this Cyclops vibe all of a sudden. And then kaboom. And he's like, wow, did I do that? So apparently he hasn't tapped into his full potential and whatnot. He's kind of I think he's kind of a Cyclops clone almost. Kind of. He's based on that. I mean, he's got a very powerful blast. Just a different power source or whatever. Now I'm a little confused about this one. A little bit confused about this one. Mother of Murgatroyd. Okay, so. And this is weird. Why? Yeah, a little confused about this one. So, there's Zian. His cocoon is starting to crack. They're still trying to rescue him. Out comes the chick, but she's actually unconscious. The dude, Junk Bow's like holding her for like a meat shield, drops her on the ground. He's like, relax. She's unconscious, not dead. But then, in the very next scene, Tina jumps on him and he smashes her into the wall. So in one moment, he's like, relax, she's not dead. And then, boom, he kills her, the other chick. Which, her character name is Serpentina, Tina for short. She can do that thing with her arms. So here's the thing I'm confused about. Her arms, is it just her arms then? Like, I thought she had like a Plastic Man type of ability and she just preferred to like focus on her arms or something. But is it just her arms then? Like she has serpent, like arms that are long like a serpent? Is that just her primary ability? Apparently it doesn't apply to the rest of her body, because if it did, then she could like stretch out her skull and face and everything and absorb the blow and not be killed. But that's not what happens. He kills her right there. So she's the one that dies. Spoiler. Tina dies. And she was dude's girlfriend. And so it's just very strange. Chuck Ball's like, relax, she's not dead. But now she is, just smashes her into the wall. Like I said, it's a little bit confusing on how they wrote that out. Well, he's like, take her and go. That way you'll live to play Snort X-Men some other day. That's what he's saying. And then the one dude's like, we're not leaving without Zion. Good, I hope you'd rumble. You can't take on all of us. Watch me, son of a Tina. No, not yet. So, okay, it's a little weird. Because Yeah, I'm just not understanding that. The black chick, Crystalline, she had a knife to the dude's throat, the brother's throat. Chung Pao comes in, takes her down, but he doesn't kill her. Doesn't kill her. Drops her off. He's like, you guys need to get it. He's like, go get out of here so you can play. Snort, snort. Funny, funny. You can play Xmen another day. Tina jumps on him and he just straight up kills her. Even though she's not a threat. She's not a threat to this guy. And he straight up, it doesn't, I'm not, that, now that I'm looking at this through that 2020 lens, it's confusing. It honestly doesn't make a lot of sense. Because he clearly has no compulsion against killing people that he considers his enemies. And the chick had a knife to the dude's throat. Instead of killing her, he not just knocks her unconscious and returns her. And then turns around immediately. As soon as he gives her back, he immediately kills this chick who's less of a threat than the first. I'm not seeing the logic here. Not the best writing. It's definitely not the best writing. They were trying to force a moment where a character dies. They did not do a good job of. Just pure shock value. That's all it was. Pure shock value. Completely contrived. So yeah, I think we're starting to get a better picture of the X-Men 2099 titles. There's definitely some woke stuff going on. Which is a little surprising because this is 1993. This is before the Great Divergence of 95, 96. But it does prove that this stuff was going on before then. It is, and they did it in such a way that they could fly under the radar. They could fly under the radar. This is a new X-Men universe, new X-Men characters, but they were swapping stuff out, gender, skin, you name it. But they were able to get away with it without raising eyebrows because these weren't the original characters. I'm starting to think this was a dry run. Okay. No, honestly, that's not what I was expecting. I was not. We're learning some stuff. Like, let me tell you. Jamie Cricket, man. So, yes, he kills Tina. Dude, understandably goes into a rage, attacks and whatnot, gets thrown out a window. Bloodwing comes in, saves him. Bloodwing gets back up there. Chung Pao's not too happy about it. He grabs his wing and just breaks his wing. Bloodwing refuses to scream. So the Chung Pao just he's really got no real scruples. He seems like just a strictly evil character. Now, I think later on they do try to, maybe not necessarily redeem him, but they try to sort of pseudo redeem him. Regardless, I mean, this guy's he's a murdering bastard. There are there's supposed to be consequences for that. Forgiveness is one thing. That doesn't mean you escape the consequences. So, Xmen comes out of his cocoon thing, pops up. They're all facing off against Chung Pao, who's apparently just immensely powerful. Xmen comes out. Chung Pao attacks him. Xmen does his flippy thing. He pulls off one of the bandages. Kind of hard to see because it is a lot of green. Pulls off one of his bandages, touches Chung Pao, and it looks like he neutralizes him. Because Chung Pao survives the attack. even though we've seen what Xen's power can do. Yeah, Xeon can disrupt the molecular structure of the metal in his body, of molecular structure of stuff in general. So where Professor X had incredible telepathic abilities, like very powerful, Xeon is very powerful, but more physical abilities. So they went from powerful mental, psychic abilities to powerful physical. Try not to get too creative there, Marvel. Try not to take too many chances. Jimmy Cricket. This is disappointing because I used to be big into the Xmen 29. I have almost the entire first year of the title. This is turning out to be pretty disappointing. Because it's turning out to be essentially a dry run for the woke agenda pre 1995-96, pre the Great Divergence. They were setting this up, folks. They were testing the waters. They were setting this up. 1995-96, something happened, opened the door, gave them the opportunity, and they ran with it. I thought 95-96 was like the big reveal and whatnot, and like it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't freaking stop. So apparently, Xion has the ability to mend flesh and heal people. But if somebody's dead, then they're dead. He can't raise the dead. He can't bring the spirit back to the body. So whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, whoa. Hold on. Okay, so here's the deal with Xion. Up until now, he had one hand that could just destroy stuff. His other hand was normal, apparently, but his left hand was like, well, how's that for some irony? His left hand was highly destructive. His left was destructive. The left was destructive. I'm not making this up. It's in the comic book. His left hand is highly destructive. So he almost dies, gets this cocoon thing, and his injuries somehow trigger another part of his mutation. Now his right hand has the ability to heal. This is a new thing from after the cocoon. He now has the ability to heal with his right hand. He can heal with the right. The left is destructive, but the right heals. I can't make this up. So he heals Bloodwing. Fixes him right up. And he attempts to heal Tina. So this is a new ability, and he's learning the limits of that ability. So he attempts to heal Hina, but she's just straight up dead. She's not just injured. She's dead. She's gone. So, yeah, dead. Are you kidding me with this? So it doesn't show anything. So the sister, her name's Desdemona. She's like, okay, brother, I'm going to take over now. It doesn't show what happens between them at all. She just makes the statement, I'm going to take over now. And now, boom, she's in charge. Holy shit, are you serious with this? I mean, that's woke. That's the definition of woke right there, folks. I mean, this is pre the Great Divergence, 95-96. This is before then. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The woke has been around for a very long time, decades. We pinpointed the Great Divergence where they really took over. They really just started running with things. They diverged from, just such a blatant divergence from what comic books were really all about. 95-96. Just a hard turn into wheels. But it was going on before then. And this is the evidence of what I've been saying. The previous scene with her, she's telling her brother she's taking over. And then boom, She's in charge, just like that, snap of the fingers. It doesn't show any confrontation between the two. Doesn't show how she convinced him to hand over control. It only, and Zion's all like, and your brother? He asks about her. Wait a minute. I know Litton killed Daddy and set you up. After all, who thought some mutant nomads would be so much trouble? Now I'm just confused because she was acting like she hated her father. Explain this to me. I did it again, didn't I? Yes, I did. Jimmy Cricket, 1 second. I'm working on new formats and whatnot. Still getting used to the workflow and everything. So please bear with me here. I did forget to do something here. I'm gonna make sure this is ready to go so I don't forget it again. At least for this live stream. Boom chakalaka. Nobody said this was a professional Hollywood production. Not that I want it to be. I want nothing to do with Hollywood. Doing it my way or the highway. There we go. Boom. That's what it should be. So yeah, this is where we're at. Xmen number 3. One will die. Tina has died. Okay. And we're almost to the end of it. So this is okay. This is what I was talking. She's off a rocker. Make no mistake, this chick is off a rocker. She's not a good person. But they make her out to be like this sympathetic victim. I mean, she shot her father's memorial. She shot it. But now she's claiming, oh, well, Litton's the one that killed Daddy, as if she freaking had all this, daughterly love for her father and whatnot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit. They set her up to be the same, and she's like, I'm taking over. And Litton, her brother, apparently just caves and rolls over like a freaking beta simp, like a soy boy cuck. Because that's the only conclusion I can draw, especially since they didn't show how it played out. And all of a sudden, she's in charge. She's in charge, and she's the sympathetic victim. Even though she's just as batshit crazy as her father and brother. Folks, that is the definition of woke. That is the definition of woke. Don't give me this intersectional bullshit. The woke agenda is comprised. The foundation of the woke agenda is feminist homosexuality. Two combined into one. It's the marriage. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate logical foregone conclusion of feminism and homosexuality. That is the woke agenda. And this is it right here. This is the storyline is completely just drowning in it. I have no sympathy for the chick, Desdemona. I have no sympathy for her. She's just as screwed up as her brother and her father. She's not a good person. I'm sorry. She's not a sympathetic victim. She's not a good person. There's some messed up people in this, and they keep trying to set them up as sympathetic victims. This is 1993, end of 1993, December. Just very, very close to that the Great Divergence. Getting very close to it. These people were already in the industry. They were already doing stuff, messing with stuff. But it wasn't until the Great Divergence that they come to complete and total control. They were able to get away with this because they flew under the radar with it, because these were not the original characters. These were made up characters in a future timeline. It was a dry run. This was a dry run for what was about to take place in the Great Divergence and what they've been doing for the last 25, 30 years. 25 years since the Great Divergence, at least. Oh, Jimmy Craig, I can't make this up. And so Desdemona lets him go. She just lets him go. Just like that. No fight, no nothing. Just lets him go. And that's how they try to turn her into a sympathetic bad guy. Oh, she's not all bad. She let them go. It must make her a good guy, right? No, it doesn't. No. But let's try to make the statement that women are more reasonable than men. Better than men. Even when they're bad. So Crystalline does some sort of memorial crystal thing for Tina. And what? Yeah, so they have the big splash page. Yeah, that's that thing right there. It's a crystalline memorial thing that Crystalline put together to remember Tina and whatnot. And big old splash page, inspiring, heroic. Except that instead of an angel, you have a demon. This is not by accident, folks. You need to understand something, okay? Yes, it is a made-up world, fictional. But artists, they create stuff with a purpose. It's not just random stuff they slap together. They create it with a purpose. Keep in mind, the original X-Men, you had Angel. Angel wings. Athletic male with angel wings. It's one of the original X-Men. Now we got X-Men 29, and we swap Angel out for a demon. That's by design, folks. You need to understand this. Okay, that is on purpose. There is a purpose for this. The last 3 issues have just proven it. The demons will save, not the angels. The demons will save you. Not the angels. Which is a lie. Pop culture matters. Whether you realize it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, pop culture matters. And it very much is connected to reality, whether you want to admit that or not. This just gets worse and worse. Like, we've gone over the other issues that I have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But these first 3 issues are something else. Holy crap, this is not what I was expecting. Especially having gone through issues 5 through 12. I was not expecting this. And then it cuts away like an epilogue type deal or something. What the what? Okay, so there was a character in one of the later issues, and I'm thinking this is, yeah. So, long story short, this character refers to what he's doing here as art. Now, remember in the previous issue here, Xen was specifically talking about human trafficking. Well, this is where those victims of human trafficking are being sent off to, at least some of them. They're being tortured in the name of art by this guy, whoever he is, whatever he is, I don't know. He's torturing them in the name of art. I mean, that's just hell on earth. And then there's this dude, Brimstone, you got the demon horns. So even though, we got the demon over here on the good side, but we also have the demon on the bad side. And somebody in the background, I don't know, I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, so we got some really, really, really bad people. Human trafficking, torturing people. Back in 93, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew about human trafficking. It was going on, though. Trust me, it was going on back then. But it was under the radar. Now, It's gotten so big that they can't hide it anymore. People still don't want to believe it. They still live in denial of it. But make no mistake, I mean, it's happening. It's worse than ever. Let me put it to you this way. I think it was last year or year before, 500,000 children disappeared in the U.S. alone. 500,000. 500,000. Okay? We're not talking about just kids getting lost in the woods. Do you understand? This is why pop culture matters, folks. This is a bellwether of what's going on in society. Something I'm just figuring out in recent years. And yeah, when I was younger, I just took it at face value. Just trying to be entertained, have a good time, have fun. Now, 2020 lens, a 2020 vision. The truth about this stuff is just, I still love comic books. I love comic books. That's not going to change. It's not the medium. The medium is not the problem. It's the people creating it. The original characters, good stuff. It's this stuff, the bastardization of what it used to be. That is the problem. It's just it's weird because it's going in both directions here, because you have angels replaced by demons, but then you have like bigger demons committing acts of human trafficking and torture. 25 years before it became really public knowledge, and even then, people still either don't fully understand the problem, or they simply don't want to believe it. There's something just weird going on here, folks. It's as if they're flaunting it. Like, where did they come up with the ideas for this story arc? I want to know, because this is not accidental. It's not coincidence. I want to know where they got the inspiration for this title. Because in 1993, the human trafficking problem was not wide known. So please explain to me how a comic book writer came up with this idea. Explain it to me. This is a very real, legitimate, and serious question. What was the inspiration for this? I want to know. And I'm going to keep asking those questions until I get those answers. I don't care how many people it pisses off. I don't care how whiny these fake geeks get. I don't care why, because I'm the original geek, the original gamer. I've been to hell and back. These people, they don't intimidate me. Doesn't matter how much power they got. Doesn't matter how whiny they get. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Doesn't mean anything to me. I've been to hell and back. And we're going to keep asking the questions, because somebody has to. These other channels, they talk a big game. But at the end of the day, they're hypocrites. They're wishy-washy. They're lukewarm. They ride the fence. They play both sides. And that's not what the House of G is about. This is not how I expected this stream to go. It's not. Especially after reading going through the other issues after these. This is what they do. They slap you in the face with it in the first few issues, and then, well, at least this is how they used to do it. They slapped you in the face with it in the first few issues, knowing that you're just gonna take it at face value. You're not gonna read anything into it, and then they slap you in the face with it, and then they get quiet with it. They let you know. They can't help themselves. They have to. It's a human need to express yourself. To tell they want you to know without you knowing that you know. No, I was not expecting this. I was excited. It's like, all right, Xmen 29. Issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be cool. And right out of the gates, it's just a dark turn. And believe me, folks, if you think I'm blowing this out of proportion, then you are not awake. You are not aware. You do not understand. I've seen some comic books. I've seen some comic books. Straight demonic stuff, straight out of hell. These are independent comic books. I'm telling you right now. Like, just shocking stuff. I had a couple issues. I don't remember the name and the title. I'm not even gonna describe them. They were in my collection. I remember buying them because of the cover. The cover was enticing. It was hot chick, whatever. I didn't pay it. It was an independent thing. I didn't know anything about the title. I bought it based on the cover. Finding it in my collection, opening it up, and holy shit. I couldn't believe I even owned it. I ended up just tearing them to pieces and throwing them away because it was just I couldn't believe it. I'm not going to describe what was in there because it was literally just straight out of hell. I'm not going to go into detail on it. It was that grotesque. These were independent comic books, and I'm telling you right now, this is on the path to what I tore up into shreds. I'm not condemning comic books. I love comic books. I love the original characters, the original concept behind them and stuff like that, the story, the origins. This is not that. This is something else. This is a divergence. 95, 96 was the great divergence where they fully took over. This is just a dry run, a taste of things to come. Wow. And I've seen where it leads. I had those two issues that, holy shit. It was the end of the road for where they started taking this stuff. This was the launching point. I've seen where it goes. And trust me when I say this, you do not want to be on that path. This has gotten way more disturbing than I ever thought it would be. This is not what I was expecting today. All right, issue number 4. Okay. Yeah. Introducing the Theater of Pain, which we got a glimpse of in the last issue. Issue number 4, January of 1994. This is a good year and a half or so before the Great Divergence. Got the Theater of Pain. Xmen are all trussed up. And hey, look. It's everybody's favorite psychopath. I forget her name. She's not worth remembering, but yeah, she got the hot body from the neck down, but then the crazy hair. So, you know, it's all about. If you don't know what it's all about, then I don't know if I can help you. Pretty good condition. The corner is a tiny bit, but not nearly as bad as the last 2 or 3. Yeah, but it's in pretty good condition. I got mixed feelings about that at this point. Gamma base 2. I don't know. It starts off, yeah. So Xmen was healing everybody except for Tina. She was dead. Picks up Bloodwing out in the desert. Gamma base 2, something like that. Whatever. I'm just so disturbed right now. I can't even enjoy this. Out of nowhere, he gets tackled. Boom. And look, it's Crazy Chick. She takes him out pretty easily. What was her name again? Can't read that. Gotta love the green screen. She does her thing to his face, which just like knocks him out. The dark room. Your pain is my strength. Bloodhog. What the hell is her name? Chaotica or some crap. I don't know. I'm just really disturbed right now. I really am. This is not, like I said, it's not what I expected. This is just going down a dark road, unexpectedly dark road. So, holy shit. Wow, I just noticed that. Holy crap. So by and large, she's fairly feminine. Got the crazy hair, crazy demonic face. But don't look at those biceps. Holy shit, those are not woman's biceps. Those are men's biceps. Very muscular man that works out a lot. And that's not an accident, folks. That is on purpose. Overall, it's a bait and switch. It's very subtle brainwashing. Overall, looks fairly feminine. But then you take a closer look, she's got massive biceps and just demon face. That is not attractive, folks. That is extremely unattractive. That is not an attractive female. Anybody that thinks that's hot, there's something wrong with you, dude. If you think that's hot, you're a soy boy simp and a freaking ballless cuck. That is not a woman. That is not attractive. That is something else. And it's not a good something else. So if you think that's attractive, I got no respect for you. So Bloodhawk gets taken down by Crazy Chick. And it cuts to the rest of the X-Men and whatnot. Bloodhawk is still kind of doing his own thing. They're, I don't know, making preparations or something. It's amazing how quickly I lost interest in this title. Like I said, I've forgotten a lot. Like, I forgot a lot of that stuff. And in part because when I first read it, I glossed over it. I just took it at face value. I didn't think twice about it. Glossed right over it. Now, 25 years later, got those 20/20 lenses. I'm seeing way more clearly this time around. And it's pretty shocking how much I missed the first time around. This is a legitimate shock here, folks. I'm flabbergasted. So I don't know. so the speedster dude, I don't even know his name. They gave him like crazy names. It's just really difficult to remember him. He's like, "You're not Professor X, and I'm not one of your students." So they throw that in there. They try to draw the comparison to the real X-Men to make that connection, to make you more interested in the story, even though there's a lot of freaking twisted stuff going on. It's brainwashing 101. Cuts to Bloodhawk. He's a prisoner of this crazy chick. And look, that's just demonic looking. I'm sorry, folks, but that is not a normal looking woman. It's happening like, for some strange reason, a lot of artists think that a scowling woman is attractive, and it's not. They draw a lot of the female characters, both heroes and villains, with scowling, angry. It's not attractive. It doesn't make them look strong. It makes them look demonic and batshit crazy. And it's been going on for decades, to the point where I don't, honestly, based on what I've seen on Twitter, stuff like that, people commenting and stuff, they've successfully been brainwashed into thinking it's normal. But it's not. So then we have the, not subjectively hot, very, very, very opinion based on this, and I don't hold that opinion, but in their opinion, probably hot crazy chick is torturing the demon to make you feel sympathetic for the demon. Yeah, I know. He's supposed to be a mutant, but he's a freaking demon. He replaced Angel. They created Angel off of biblical concepts and imagery as a mutant. This character is created off of biblical demonic imagery as a demon. And they're turning him into the sympathetic anti-hero hero. It's not by accident. Back in the day, didn't think twice. Didn't read too much into it. Took it at face value. Got some entertainment out of it. This is not yesterday. This is today. I didn't plan this, folks. This is not all that I planned for the stream. We take it as it comes. I was actually hoping for a fun one. This is the exact opposite of what I was expecting and hoping. I'm just processing right now because it's just like, I cannot believe the turn that this took. And here you go. Here you go. Yeah, crazy hot chick. Crazy hot chick. Arguably speaking, I don't necessarily share that opinion. I'm being sarcastic when I say crazy hot chick. Crazy, yes. Hot, no. Just crazy. Demonic looking. Anybody that's attracted to that is a lost cause. Needs to find their balls. Get them reattached. Hopefully, that can still be done. Hopefully, it hasn't been so long that they can't get them back. I don't know. It's just disturbing, man. It's just disturbing. So we got the fight breaking out. Boom, boom, boom. Naturally, she's just, super powered and shit. And, oh, look, the black chick's going up against her. Let's see how she fares against crazy hot chick. Not so well. So even the black chick goes down. And then the unstable dude. I mean, it's just twisted looking. It's literally just demonic. That is not a woman. There's something else there, folks. There's something else in there. Inside the shell. There's something else. I don't know where they got the inspiration for this. I really don't. I want to know. I'm asking the question, where did they get the inspiration for this? Because this is not Stan Lee. This is not Jack Kirby. This is not Bob Kane. This is something else. La Lunatica, the crazy chick. That's literally Spanish for the crazy chick. It's like calling the operator in Rainbow Six Siege Mira, which is Spanish for watch or look. What the? Oh, mother of Murgatroyd. Okay, so. Yeah, she's the crazy chick. And she works for the group that's, I forget their name. They're engaging in human trafficking and stuff, and she's working for them. Make no mistake, it doesn't matter. She's crazy. The market of pain. Yeah, so these people are, and they're modern, real world organization, dark criminal organizations engaging in this type of thing today. This is 25, 30 years ago. This is prophetic. The basic concepts going on here are taking place in the real world today. That is why this stream has become just so disturbing to me. This is a comic book. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be prophesying the future. It's just, what the hell happened to my comic books, man? There it again. What the hell happened to my comic books? Just the more we dig, the more we discover, the more the real world, the truth about what's going on in the world today is revealed and stuff. It's just, you cannot ignore the connections. You cannot ignore the influence. It's so in your face, those connections. I want to know where they got the inspiration for this. I want to know. I want real answers. I don't want bullshit excuses. I don't want smoke and mirrors. I want to know where they got the inspiration for these first 4 issues, for this title. I want to know. Because this stuff is not accidental. If you think they just slap a bunch of artwork together and call it a day, then you are completely ignorant about what goes on behind this, building this stuff, creating this stuff. There's incredible, monumental amount of work that goes into creating this stuff. It might not be backbreaking work, it might not be manual labor, but it is work nonetheless. It is time, it is energy, it is resources. Now, this is not the equivalent of a soldier going to war. Not real life, soldiers. But it is a war nonetheless, folks. It's a different type of war. And it is work. It's not by accident. You work this hard on something, you think about what you're doing. You think about the statement that you're making, whether it's an overt statement or a subtle statement that people might not even pick up on. I've created stuff myself that I created the way I did for a reason. The obvious stuff people pick up on. The less subtle stuff, or the more subtle stuff, the less obvious stuff, people don't always pick up on it. Speaking from experience here, folks, as someone that's created stuff. And it's always a nice surprise when they do actually pick up on it. It's a nice surprise. It really is. So make no mistakes, folks. This stuff's not by accident. It's not a coincidence. There's a lot of thought and work that goes into it. No matter how good or bad it is, it doesn't matter. The quality of the work does not matter. Make no mistake. It's by design. What the what? Hold on, wait. 1 second. Let me try and figure out what's going on here. What? So we have Bloodhawk here, and he's all like, I have met your kind before Controller 13 when I was a child. Your evil must be stopped, and I will arg. So, yep, they're doing it. They're trying to make the demon character into a sympathetic creature. Nah, there may be an unintended connection they're making. They might not have intended it, but the truth can't be hidden. No matter how much you try and smoke and mirror somebody, the truth always comes out in some way, shape, or form. So make no mistake, they're trying to take this demonic character and turning me into a sympathetic character. And they also reveal something that they probably didn't intend to. This guy was affected by people like the Controller, who represents human trafficking at the age of 13. Bloodhawk at the age of 13. 13 when I was a child. He was a victim of human trafficking at the age of 13. Folks, I need you to understand something. I didn't plan this. This is what they've done to pop culture. This is what they've done to my comic books. I didn't do this. They did it. This has turned into a very dark stream for the House of G. I didn't plan it that way. It's not what I intended. This is what they created, not me. We're just talking about it. And it makes my blood run cold. Because, number one, I want to know where they got the inspiration for this title. I want to know where they got the ideas from. As a creator, I create stuff. I draw from my personal experience. I draw from reality itself. That's where I get my inspiration, by and large. So I want to know what personal experiences, what reality they drew from as inspiration for this title. Because the stuff is, the concepts here, folks, they're happening today in real life. Pop culture matters. When it comes to pop culture archaeology, you have no idea what you're going to uncover. This is not what I was expecting. He was 13 when he was trafficked. Bloodhawk. 13. If you think this is just a fictional story, folks, I need you to understand something. Human trafficking is real. Children are missing in droves. Then it was like last year before, 500,000 children disappeared in the United States alone. Trafficked, tortured, drugged, sexually abused, raped, molested, murdered. Only God knows what happened to those children, folks. Yeah, okay, some of them might have just gotten lost in the woods, possible, some of them. But make no mistake. You would be shocked at the percentage of that number that were straight up kidnapped, tortured, etc. in the form of human trafficking. So once again, I want to know where they got the inspiration for this title. Nobody else has the guts to ask the questions, folks. I do. I don't care the cost. Holy shit. This is not what I was expecting today. Holy crap. I just need a second there. Holy shit. This is I started this channel and this particular series included. This is not what I was expecting. This is not what I planned. This is something else there, folks. This took a really dark turn today here and caught me completely by surprise. Um, and like I said, I don't care the cost. I don't care what it costs. We're gonna keep talking about it. 'Cause somebody has to. This this any hope I had of possibly building this channel, this could very well be killing any possible hope of that. I can live with that. I can live with it. Shit. I don't know how to describe how hard this is hitting me right now. Wow. I'm surprised how hard this is hitting me right now. Yeah, it's a comic book. I understand that. I understand it's a comic book. I understand that. In and of itself, it's made up. It's not real. Make no mistake, folks. Pop culture matters. It includes comic books. The people that created this are real people, folks. Real people. Drawing from real life, real experiences, from real stories, from real reality. And I want to know what experiences they were drawing from when they wrote this story. Bloodhawk, 13 years old. He was a child. Subjected to human trafficking and only God knows what kind of abuse. Doesn't change the fact that they created him as a demonic character, trying to gain sympathy for demonic character. This is the unintended consequences of what they're pushing here. This is the unintended truth that they have revealed. No matter how big the lie, the truth will always come out. There are children being kidnapped every day, tortured, abused, trafficked. It's happening every single day. Abuses that I cannot even imagine, and I don't want to imagine. But it's happening. Some of them survive. To an extent. Many, if not most, do not. So once again, I want to know, where did they come up with the inspiration for this storyline? Especially in conjunction with the imagery that they have attached to it. Make no mistake, folks, it matters. Wow. This is not what I was expecting. I've seen if you're sincerely not familiar with the concepts we're talking about here, check out my videos regarding Sophie Long. There is footage of her being taken by her own mother. In abject fear and terror, screaming for her life. Because she does not want to go with her own mother. And it is not the normal tantrums of a spoiled child. I've known plenty of spoiled children in my life throwing normal tantrums. This is something else. She was in fear for her life, and it's not. The stuff that she was talking about, the stuff that she was saying, is not something any child would know. Should know. And she's not the only one. There have been others. Many, many others. So once again, I want to know, where did they get the inspiration for this story arc, for this title, for these characters? We've gone too far down the rabbit hole to explain it away as artistic license. Hate to break it to you, folks. We are far beyond that. At this point, I can't even finish it. There's only a couple pages left. Nothing of nothing anymore. It's just this crazy ass chick. Naturally, she's just super powerful. She's just so powerful. She's stronger than everybody. And look, hey guys, look, she's also kind of hot. Crazy. She will kick your ass. She will do bad things to you, but you know it's okay because she's kind of hot. Just look at those man muscles on those biceps. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's not. No. She even admits it. She literally admits it. I am a predator. I do not apologize for my actions. She literally says it. Do you understand? I am a predator. I do not apologize for my actions. There are people in real life that are exactly like this. If I remember correctly, later on they tried to paint her as a sympathetic character, a victim. She's so far past victim status. Let me put it that way. That's pretty much the end of that one. There you have it. Introducing the Theater of Pain. Xmen 29, number 4. January 1994. Roughly a year and a half or so before the Great Divergence. And this is the precursor. This is the sneak preview of what is about to come. All right, folks, that's going to wrap this one up. That's not what I was expecting. This one came out of left field pretty hard. And I'll admit it. This one rattled me. The concepts within this title, within the story arcs. 1994, 93 going into 94. Prophetic in nature regarding what's going on in the world right now. Human trafficking, etc. Where did they get the ideas for this story back in 1993? Where did he get the inspiration, the concepts? Because as far as 1993 goes, I don't remember any of this being in the public eye. I don't remember people talking about this. I don't remember whether it was in mainstream media or something. YouTube didn't exist. 1993, YouTube didn't exist. None of this stuff existed. Facebook, Twitter, all that, it didn't exist. So, where did they get these ideas from? Yeah, okay, we talked about, kids being kidnapped or whatever. That was, people talked about it, kids being kidnapped, but that was it. It was bad enough that kids were being kidnapped. There was a kid, I think it was in the 80s. His father, buggers, it's been so long. It's been so long. The kid's name was Adam Walsh or something like that. I forget his father's name, but his father became an advocate, was a host for a show. Was it Adam Walsh? I think the kid's name was Adam Walsh. The kid was kidnapped. I don't know if the kidnapper actually did anything to him other. The kid, they found the body. Kid's head was the neck was snapped. The head was the rumor was the story was that the kid, he snapped the kid's neck and the head was facing the wrong direction. And then the father became an advocate for missing children and stuff like that. But it wasn't, there was no talk about human trafficking. There was no talk about the stuff that they've been doing to these kids. It was just enough to horrify people. But not enough to give anything away. So can somebody please answer this question for me? Where did they get the inspiration for this story? This goes so far beyond what was common knowledge in 1993. So far beyond what was common knowledge in 1993 that I do not understand where they got the inspiration from. It's I don't know. In terms of human trafficking, that wasn't even a thing back in the day. 1993. It wasn't even a thing. It wasn't anything that people talked about, that people even, to the best of my knowledge, it wasn't something that the average person even could comprehend. It wasn't talked about. It wasn't common knowledge, period. So please explain to me how these comic book writers, where they got the inspiration for this story. I'm serious, folks. I want an answer to this question. Can anybody out there give me a legitimate answer? I'm not talking about hypotheticals. I'm not talking about guessing. I want real answers. Where did they get the inspiration for this title? This channel, the House of G, is not about superficial fluff. I every time I do this, I'm hoping for a good time. I'm hoping it'll be something fun. But then something like this will pop up, and I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is the darkest turn that the House of G has taken to date. Legitimately shocked by this. It's not just a story, folks. These are real people creating these comic books, writing these stories, writing these characters. It's not adding up. Do you understand, folks? It's not adding up. 1993. I cannot think of any possible common knowledge inspiration for this story arc. And the implications are just dark, to say the least. Somebody came up with the idea. Somebody came up with the concept. Somebody was inspired to create this world for Xmen 2099. Somebody. If not multiple somebodies. And I want to know where they got the inspiration. Somebody can point me in the right direction. I would love to hear it. Because this is just this is unexpected on a level that I didn't know was ever going to be possible on this channel, because this is we're talking about comic books, folks. It's not supposed to be like this. This is not what the medium is supposed to be about. God. I just don't even know. All right, folks. I think I'm going to wrap this up. This has just been... I don't even know how to describe it. I honestly don't. Shocking to say the least. Unexpected. Exceedingly disturbing. This one's gonna bother me. So it's already bothering me. The simple fact is, I want answers. I don't know if I'm going to ever get those answers, but I am asking the questions, and I am demanding the answers. So there it is. Hope you're having a good Friday there, folks. Jiminy Cricket, this is not. But this is where we are. This is it. This is how it is. Hope you have a good Monday. I'm already trying to jump ahead to the weekend here. Holy crap. Hope you have a good rest of your Monday. No matter how crazy life gets, you've got to maintain that spark of hope. After the stream, I realized the truth in that statement more than ever. This has just been an absolutely crazy one, folks. Holy crap. All right, yep. You have yourself a fantastic day. As best you can, at least. I'm going to try. And, yep, see you next week, next Monday. Hopefully, seriously, hands down, this has been the most disturbing House of G that I've had so far. Hands down. I've had some doozies, let me tell you. This one, shit, takes the cake hand over fist. Wow. Okay, so. Yep. All right. All right, you have a good one there, folks. Have a great Monday. Hopefully, I hope you have a great week. Stay safe out there. Be vigilant. Be aware. Keep that spark of hope alive. Because one way or the other, we will get through this. Even if we don't get the answers when we want them, the truth will come out. All will be revealed in the end. The people that are responsible for these things, whatever their motivations may be. Somebody doesn't want me finishing this statement. It will be revealed. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get into some lighter stuff here. It's like, so you have yourself a fantastic week. Keep that spark of hope alive. And one way or the other, we will get through this. This has been another House of G speaking into the void.